Hello, San Diego. Thanks for joining us here on CBS 8 Plus. I'm meteorologist Shawn Styles with a look at your weather. And wow, what a gorgeous weekend we've had. And it looks like the first part of the work week, meaning just Monday, because after that all bets are off, is going to be really nice, much like today. As we look towards the west, basically clear skies. We've got Sweetwater Reservoir here and pushing all the way out to the coastline, Coronado off in the distance. And we're talking about National City and Chula Vista here as we look towards the south. As far as the 3-day forecast, we do have a weather impact coming into play starting Tuesday. As I said, a pretty potent storm, not as strong as the second one that's going to be coming in, but this one will focus primarily on Southern California. A few showers sticking around on into Wednesday. That's why we don't have the weather impact. And so that storm could bring as much as, say, 3/4 of an inch to an inch plus in the inland microclimate. So we're talking about some pretty heavy rain and temperatures dropping off quite a bit from 73 tomorrow to 63 and 64 on Wednesday. So keep that in mind. Keep that in your plans, whatever they may be, that you can take advantage of this forecast. Tomorrow's highs, as I said, really nice. We're talking about low 70s everywhere. Maybe not quite as warm as today, mid 60s along the coastline. And Borrego Springs, 81, so definitely warm out there. Current temperature 75 in Borrego Springs. We come into the inland microclimate, 74 currently in Escondido, 72 in El Cajon and Ramona, and we're at 67 in Campo along with Encinitas, 68 downtown. Oceanside at the airport, 69, 68 as we said downtown right now. North are your winds. Humidity as the atmosphere dries out, as this high pressure is squeezing out that moisture. That's going to change as we go into, say, Monday night into Tuesday morning. Surf will be fun tomorrow. Get out there and enjoy it before we get that runoff, the bacteria from all the rainwater that'll pick up things off the roadways and people's gardens, if you know what I mean. You don't want to be surfing in that. That'll be Tuesday, so things will be a little dicey. Rip current risk moderate, tide high in the morning, draining to the low at 232, and the swell will pick up a little bit, 2 to 3 feet with some 4-foot sets. Let's look across the nation, and they're getting a taste of spring in the Midwest. Lincoln, Nebraska at 69, 66 in Rapid City. Look at Bismarck at 64. Was it just a couple weeks ago they were negative temperatures, and now they're getting a taste of spring up there, and the same for the Northeast. The cherry blossoms are ahead of schedule in Washington, D.C. if you're going to be heading in that direction. Look how mild it is across the desert Southwest. The folks in Phoenix at 75, and the Pacific Northwest are starting to see some activity move through there. And by the time we get to, say, Tuesday and Wednesday, everyone out west will be seeing activity. We've got some pretty wild weather moving across the southeastern part of the country towards the mid-Atlantic. Look at these thunderstorms popping up along the panhandle of Florida. Notice the clear skies and warm conditions over the Midwest. As we move over the Rockies, things are quiet right now, but that's going to change as we get into, say, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You'll see what I'm talking about. Here's our storm that's going to come primarily into Southern California. That's going up and over the high pressure, those clouds, but high pressure is transitory and moving out of the region. So as we watch this low, this is tomorrow morning. It'll stay offshore. The high has shifted out of the region. This moves in by Tuesday. We get a good blast of rain overnight into Wednesday, as this storm will bring, as I said, possibly 3/4 to an inch of rain in Southern California. Eventually it kicks on out and the much stronger storm moves into the west. This brings the northwesterly flow, heavy snow in the Sierra Nevada into the Wasatch Front, and we get pretty good amount of rain again. So this secondary storm will really pack a punch. But notice how the flow continues to bring these storms into the west coast. So yeah, maybe not a March miracle, but we'll take every drop of rain we can get. There's that storm moving through the region as we go into Tuesday morning, and then this plume of moisture will start to move into the Bay Area, and then they get an atmospheric river, and that'll eventually make its way into Southern California. It will break down somewhat, but still give us more heavy rain. There's a break in the action, and then yet again another storm waiting in the wings. There's your rain coming in Tuesday morning very early. You can see widespread showers and heavy rain over the mountains as it makes its way in. And then watch this secondary area of moisture move into the region. This is the much heavier rain, and you can see along the coastline as the low comes on shore, the instability in the atmosphere will trigger some very, very heavy rain. The next storm that comes in on Wednesday into Thursday, we'll have that forecast for you as well. And looking at the estimated rainfall totals, as I said, about 3/4 of an inch to up to an inch of rain out of this storm. So we'll take it as we are way behind in our rainfall totals. We've got a weather impact starting Tuesday, a break in the action on Wednesday, and then there's that next storm coming in on Thursday. We stay cool and below average temperature wise all the way through the weekend, but some pretty good amounts of rain coming in, and we could see some showers redevelop over the mountains. Snow levels, it's going to be right on the edge. You can see Thursday, that's that colder air. If the colder air filters in with the moisture, we could see another pretty good shot of snow in our local mountains. The last one brought like 6 to 12 inches. Maybe we could repeat that again, and even rain out into the deserts.